This right here is my favorite thing.
Plasma beam to Metroid Prime. That's huge. We did actually manage to get a reasonable world unlock. Done. What's interesting about the Jak and Daxter randomizer is that it also locks all of Jak's moves. I have not played Jak and Daxter in a very, very long time. Normally, to break these scout and fly boxes, you have to do an air dive from above, but that move is locked. I wonder if the blue eco will break the scout fly boxes. Oh, yeah, I can. How am I supposed to get up there? Can I also just leave? Is that an option? That's going to be really annoying hearing that sound and not being able to break the boxes. The number of power cells we need to get through fire and 20 power cells. Okay, good to know. And we have one. I need to break this. No? Why do I feel like I'm about to get bamboozled by this power cell that's just out in the... Motherfucker. That's not even a fish. It doesn't even look anything remotely like it. Well, I guess it is shiny.
Come on, push the egg off the cliff.
Well,
Oh, good. Now push it. Oh, gently now.
I can't push it because I don't have any pushing abilities. I guess we... Can I go to Misty Island? Alright, I didn't think so. That must either be a check or... Alright, here we are in Metroid Prime, and we know we've gotten a few checks. So, we'll have some tools, but let's see how far we can get. We might have to go back to Kingdom Hearts 2 sooner than I would like. The nice thing about the Metroid Prime randomizer is that it skips the space pirate opening? I must have accidentally toggled completely random starting point? Okay, well, I must have accidentally had that option toggled, but we'll make do. Did also have random beam, starting beam toggled, so we started with the wave beam, but this actually isn't that far from the game's main spawn, so it's not that big. Oh, that's right. I have missiles. I'm so used to starting this section without missiles and then getting them and coming back through backwards with them that I completely forgot that I can just destroy the hive. And I know there is an item. What is it? Is that space jump boots? Oh, no, morph ball bomb. Well, that's nice. I don't have morph ball. So when I get morph ball, that'll be cool. Also, those white spheres, dots you see on the map are checks. Because while I could probably get most of the hidden items in Metroid Prime without any help, there are definitely some that I would miss, and it would be my luck that the ones I miss are like super crucial progression item, and then I would just be running around in circles. So this is what a archipelago item looks like in Metroid Prime. Jak and Daxter's Power Stone. Cool. That is convenient. That is progression. Now, while it would be nice to collect everything, Realistically, we only need the main progression items in Jak and Daxter. That would be power cells and Kingdom Hearts 2, that is. The world key and proofs, and I'll explain that when we get there, or we get one of those items. And in Metroid Prime, we need... I don't know. I've never actually gotten to the final boss without the Phazon suit, but you might need the Phazon suit to actually beat the final boss. I mean, you can't get to the final boss in the vanilla game without the Phazon suit, but I don't know how it works in the randomizer. But to at least access the final boss, we need to find all the Chozo artifacts, which I believe there are 10 of? There are 12. There are 12 Chozo artifacts. What's that? Is it anything cool? Wait, can I actually do that without... That might actually give me an attacking move. But I don't know if I can... I don't think I can get that without Boost Ball or Space Jump, of which I have neither. So, we will not be getting that. We will, however, be getting this item, which is where you normally get the Morph Ball, but we'll just see what that is. It could be the Morph Ball. That would get me... Actually get me quite a few checks since I already have the Morph Ball bomb. But... a man can dream. And it is just the Morph Ball. Well, that's a little boring. I mean, I'll take it, but just a little bit boring. You know, normally you only have the basic power beam. You can't even charge shot it. So those guys normally take a little longer to kill, and so does that guy. But it's not the case. But we will take Morph Ball. And since we have Morph Ball Bomb, that opens up quite a bit more checks. What is this? Donald Hyper Healing. Okay, so this weird floating symbol is a non-major archipelago item. Some items are classified as important, and they would be that cog wheel that we saw earlier, but if they're not important, they're that weird symbol. I don't know. It reminds me of something, and I'm sure I'll remember it randomly. Now we could... No, I want to... Alright, thanks for the cutscene for the place it just came from. I want to go back to spawn and collect the few checks there. Because I have Scan Visor, so I can activate this... Oh, you know what? I bet not starting with a Scan Visor forcibly puts you in a random starting room, so you can guarantee get at least one check. Because if you started in the normal spawn point without the Scan Visor, I don't think you can actually reach... Oh. I don't think you can actually reach spawn. And remember a few moments ago when I said, "Yeah, I'll remember." It reminds me of something. That is what I was thinking of. That enemy. I don't know what it's called. I could look it up by scanning the scan, but I don't feel like it. Non-essential item. Hammer. Well, it's a good thing we're not playing Jak and Daxter. That might apply as soon as I boot up the game, though, so... Yikes. Hopefully the camera trap time just runs out while we're not playing that. So once you get all 12 Chozo artifacts, this is the area you take them to begin the end game boss fight sequence part. And normally that is your very first Chozo artifact, but because that is part of the randomizer pool, it's a scout fly. But what's cool about the Archipelago mod is I can actually scan these statues, and normally they give you a hint in base Metroid Prime of where the artifact is, but in this it just straight up tells you, hey, Kingdom Hearts 2, Twilight Town, Central Station, Mithril Shard. That means a treasure chest. Scanning those won't be necessary. Hopefully I just naturally stumble upon all the artifacts. But if I don't, instead of running around like a chicken with my head cut off, I could just come here and scan those. Back in the Chozo ruins, and... I believe... Yeah, okay, I was just kind of mapping out where I wanted to go, and I will go back to areas I've already been to now that I have the morph ball and grab those checks, but it loops around back to that main room I was just in. So I don't have to do a whole lot of backtracking. Like I said, I have played a lot of Metroid Prime, but not enough to be a really massive expert. Something that's nice about the Metroid Prime Archipelago Randomizer is normally to jump in morph ball mode, you have to lay down a bomb. But in the Archipelago Randomizer, you can just click up on the C stick once you at least have the morph ball bomb, and it'll just hop you up. It's a nice little time save. It's the little things that matter in life. Like my dip. We're on to our next item. And it is a missile expansion. I will never complain about missile expansions. This is just a room with a map in it, but I already start with the map because Archipelago Randomizer. But I will never complain about missile expansions. You never have too many missiles. It's every military ever. Now, normally when you first enter this room, there's a boss fight, or like a mini-boss fight, but I don't think you can actually damage the boss with any beam other than the power beam, which is the default starting beam. So, turning on randomized starting beam just auto-deactivates that, because then you... Or maybe it doesn't. I did turn it off because I knew that was a thing, since that is the very first boss you fight outside of the tutorial area, so you would only have the basic power beam, so they probably never coded damage for any other types of beams. Now, we can't actually explore Magmore Caverns because you need the Various suit, or else you just take continuous damage over time because it's too hot in those caverns, hence Magmore. See what they did there? What's behind this? Can I even scan it? I can. Decisive Pumpkin. Normally a goaded Keyblade, but it has random stats, so who knows what it has? It could have anything. It could even have terrible stats. You never know. That is another key. I just remembered my starting Kingdom Key has extremely good stats and an insane ability. I don't think I'm going to be removing it anytime soon. Ooh, missile expansion. I did say earlier you can never have too many missile expansions, but I would love energy tank. Yeah, just putting that out into the universe. Either I get one and it makes me happy, or I don't get one for the next 3 hours and it's fun me. Either way, it's a win, I think. Another missile expansion over there. Well, we can't even get that until much later, but... What? That was odd. How, the setting I have for missiles is any missile expansion will get you access to missiles. That is an option. You might have to find missiles before you can actually use them, even if you find missile expansions. And life is pain and suffering. I hate tentacles. I am not a Japanese school. I'm just gonna stop right there. I have a decent amount of checks I can get access to, but I will go to the save first because despite all my gloating about how I've put so many hours into Kingdom Hearts 2, I couldn't get past one of the first worlds. Done. So I'll take all the health I can get. See, it's okay that I took damage there, because I instantly recovered it all back in health. That was calculated. It wasn't calculated. And Shadow Archive, that is very good accessory. In fact, one of the two best accessories, because it's one of the only two accessories in Kingdom Hearts that comes with a ability attached to it for magic regeneration. I don't actually have any magic spells unlocked, so I forgot to scan the symbols. I will go do that. Just scan the symbols to open the door. Because scanning is a cool feature. There it is. I knew there was another symbol I was missing. Last one is up here. And then you just scan this and it opens. Oops. And there is a check. It is an important check. Dodge roll. That will be very helpful. It's not even a will be. It is very helpful. Energy tank. Well, I did put it out into the universe, so I guess I'll take it. I know I'm being sarcastic, but I did just mention a few minutes ago about how I did all that loading in Kingdom Hearts 2 and then died. So I will take all the help I can get. Clearly I need it. I just fell face first into a bunch of poisonous water. You know, I could say it's because I haven't played Metroid Prime in a while that I just jumped into that pool of water because I misjudged the distance I could actually make. But that would make me a liar because I briefly ran through this opening area to test randomizer settings before making this video. So I'm a dirty liar. Well, no, I would be if I made that claim, but I didn't. I think. Okay. Now, normally you get up here with space jump boots, but if I'm goated enough, I bet I can morph ball jump up there. Alright. I will begin counting the amount of tries it takes. Never mind. I do not need to put the counter up there. And it was all only for a missile expansion. It was only a missile expansion. If I was the US military, I would have been more excited about that. But I am a singular person, not an entire I don't know. What would you consider the U.S. military set of people? It's kind of comparable to its own nation. It has enough funding to kill God, so there's that. Which is, honestly, the important part. And our first mini-boss. Alright. There we go. Now I can lock on. Can I damage this with the plasma beam? No, I have to use missiles. Alright. You might have to use missiles in the base game. I don't remember. Oh. I see. Well, I guess it is a good thing I have all these missile expansions, because the plasma beam does not work on these bugs. Does the wave beam work on them? I would imagine, though.
Wait a minute.
Okay, never mind. The wave beam works on them. I stand thoroughly corrected. Alright, well, I guess you probably can damage that boss with the power beam if the wave beam works on it. I don't know why the plasma beam doesn't. That's the fun thing about randomizers. You learn all these neat little tidbits that serve no real purpose, but they're cool. And you have perished. Very soon. Very astute. I can go to the Magmore Caverns now. I probably won't. I'll go back to one of the other games before I do Magmore Caverns, but I could probably clear out... It's not even a probably. I can clear out the first section of this Chozo Ruins area. You do come back here a few times, and there are definitely items and checks that I need a lot more tools to get. I'm not entirely sure what this side path is for, because you can just not take it. Unless if you fail the timer, the water fills up and you have to take the side path to get out of the pit. I don't know. Somehow, as a kid, I never actually failed that challenge. Well, let me correct myself. I failed the challenge because I just didn't leave the room when you first started the timer. Because I was like, what does that mean? And then I figured it out after the cutscene showed me more times than it should have where I needed to go. X-ray visor. Cool. That has a few uses. There are definitely some checks you need for it, but it is a later game visor that you get, so it's not... There's not a whole lot of things I need it for at the moment. living in the wall, and why do they have beef with me? What did I do? This slope right here was always odd to me. Like, they really couldn't lower this a little bit or put the slope a little sooner, so you didn't have to do that awkward morph ball bomb. For our first Metroid Prime boss fight. A giant plant. I think. I don't know why I said I think. It uses sunlight to make himself strong. Knocks that one down. The jerk. This isn't the most exciting boss, but besides the tutorial boss, this is your very first boss in their first attempt at a 3D Metroid game, so respect them for wanting to make it simpler. Do it. Knock that solar panel back up. The most exciting boss fights, but you gotta start somewhere. Secret Ansem's report. That does nothing for me in this randomizer.
So I am confusion. Why is this one?
You know, if I took a singular glance at the map, I would know that I had to turn right back there. But I am blind. No fall damage makes me a happy man. Looking at you, Jack and Daxter. I believe the next place we have to go is the Magmore Caverns. But to split up the games I'm going through, I'll swap to Kingdom Hearts since we still don't have a punching ability. I did see jump kick back in the Chozo Ruins, but I don't have the tools to get it, and or the skills to get it. I'm sure people who speedrun this game and are better at it than I am can get up there with what I currently have real easily. Alright, time to see if I can redeem myself, but first... Nope, I mean, reaction boost is nice, but there are going to be very few Keyblades that beat a 7 forward combo boost. A little bit of armor and accessories never hurt anybody. Oh, we got some good... Combo Master is a very good ability to have. And I was gonna say the MP Boost, MP Rage, I believe? Yes, MP Rage on Shadow Archive Plus isn't gonna matter, but after making fun of Leaf Racer, I immediately got Cure. Useless until I get Cure. So I guess it has a use.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Will I be able to redeem myself? Oh, I can already tell that the extra defense from the armor is coming in handy. Uh-oh. I really thought that combo would kill him. This is not looking good for my pride. Alright, I guess I am going to have to add a Pride in Shambles counter.
Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot to buy Cure, because whenever you die, any changes you made in a new area do not trigger. Well, if it wasn't for that piece of armor, that attack probably would have killed me. But I got past it in a significantly longer amount of time than it should have taken me. You know, as impressive as it is that Sora can clear those walls of rocks, realistically, he should at the very least be getting crushed by them. But you know, people just treat a talking duck
Yeah.
and whatever Goofy is as normal in this game's universe, so what do I know? An archipelago item. We will check that once we get past this section. Okay, a tent. Let us check the archipelago item. A mirror trap. Well, again, we're gonna have to hope that the traps count down while I'm not actively playing Jak and Daxter. And if they do, well, that's just tragic.
Yeah. Ha. Yeah.
Proud Fang, that's another world check for Kingdom Hearts. Alright, Thunder Trinket is just straight up better.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, at least with the number of Heartless there are right here, we can at least hit something. Oh, and there's no morale. That I don't have to stress as much. Maybe I should be stressing as much.
Yeah.
Well, that's just rude.
There.
Alright.
There.
Man. Having an average Keyblade is tragic.
Yeah.
Couldn't imagine having a short Keyblade. So, during editing, I realized that I never explained exactly what I'm referencing. In Kingdom Hearts 2, despite not being listed anywhere in their stats, each Keyblade has an actual length. The longer, the better. I made this joke thinking that the Kingdom Key was roughly in the middle somewhere in terms of Keyblade length. It's the second shortest Keyblade.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh-oh. I actually avoided that for once.
Yeah.
Alright. Gold ring. Not very helpful. But I'm gonna put it on because I need money to buy Donald's Cure. And this isn't a thing in base Kingdom Hearts, but accessories and armor you put on your party members don't actually get taken out of your inventory, but if you put them on Sora, they most definitely do.
Yeah.
Not sure why they have it set up that way, but they do. The mythical land of China. Squares. I'm gonna try to beat this without using any defense, strength, or magic boosts. No clue if I'm actually going to be good enough to do that. But, well, we'll see. Well, my original plan was just fast forward through that section. But I am bad and died. So, do me a solid and pretend that never happened? Okay, thanks. Alright, second time's the charm. Except so far in this playthrough, it has not been. And now Mulan has useful abilities. Which is always appreciated. Okay, nothing of value. I don't think I have enough gold to get Donald his healing staff, but I might be able to sell something.
Yeah.
Healing staff? 200. I need to sell something. What can I sell? Sure, I'm never gonna use tents. Alright, Donald. You now have one job. Cast Cure. That's it. It's time to see who is better. An infamous warlord, or a 15-year-old boy with a talking duck as a sidekick.
Go!
I mean, he has an animal sidekick, but his bird doesn't talk. At least I don't think it does. Alright. It appears that the infamous warlord, well... No, I need to keep some amount of pride. For those that don't know, that is a chance for Mickey, or correction, Michael Mouse, yes, the Michael Mouse, to come in and save you because you are bad at the video game. But I will decline that for now, because if I do not prove myself better at the game, I will use him later.
Now!
Ah, his bird is back.
Bird up!
I don't actually have guards, so I'm not sure how I'm supposed to... I can summon Chicken Little, because I'm not forced into ping anymore. Alright, Chicken Little, clutch up. Well, Chicken Little healed me.
You can overpower
Oh,
me.
I actually managed to block that.
Yeah, back off.
You know, it's all because I didn't have my goat Chicken Little summoned. And I got Second Chance, one of the best abilities in the game. Oh, I hope that's for Sora, not for Goofy. It tells you got the ability, but it could very well be for a different person. Alright, Archipelago item. Well, before we check that, let's check the ability. It is for Sora. Woo! Nice. And what was the other Archipelago item? Energy Tank. And a progressive power beam. Nice. Those are two very nice things to have for Metroid Prime, which we are not actually stuck in. I would like some form of shoving a giant egg off a rock or attack for Kingdom Hearts, or not Kingdom Hearts, Jak and Daxter. So that might be a back-end loaded part of the video. We shall see. Alright. Time to unlock this mysterious door with this giant key. The only way that anime people know how. Beating the crap out of it. Hey look, it worked. Is Tron better than Goofy? I mean, normally yes, but he doesn't start out with all his abilities. Yeah, I'm just gonna summon Chicken Little anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's check the Archipelago item. Scout Fly! Yeah, I have a feeling those are gonna be the theme of things I'm gonna inevitably find but be disappointed in. Well, with Way to the Dawn, we can fight the first super difficult boss of this game, Roxas, which we need to beat to complete this Archipelago run in Kingdom Hearts 2. But, you can't use summons in that fight, so it is going to be quite difficult. Did I not hit it? I thought I hit the right one. Did I not do enough damage?
Yeah.
Maybe? Maybe I accidentally hit a different one instead? Now it is time to grind EXP with the power of Chimpkin Little.
Give me strength.
Alright, and I now no longer have to listen to warning over and over in my ears. Did Tron get new abilities? He did! Alright. Well, Tron is now a very, very useful party member. We're still gonna summon Chicken Little because he is great. However, as a dumb, stupid kid playing this game, I died like that a lot, first and foremost. And secondly, I underestimated the power of Chimpkin Little. Consistently healing me when I'm at low health is nice, and also having good support attacks like stunning enemies and pulling them into me. Very helpful. Archipelago item. Archipelago item. What are they? Roll jump. I don't think I can actually use roll jump until I get roll. But, you know, I got an ability for Jak and Daxter. Archipelago. Alright, let's check the archipelago item. Oh, kick! That gives me an ability. Alright, after we beat this boss, we'll head on over back to Jack and Daxter. Alright, let's see if I can beat this boss. I keep forgetting I have second chance. I would really be having a lot more deaths on that death counter if I didn't. Well, that's just rude.
This is it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow, I do no damage. Tron, you're really gonna have to come and clutch here. Tron, please don't die. Donald's already dead. Donald's already yucking dead. Alright, Donald is alive again. Oh, I do no damage. Thank you, Tron, for spawning a whole bunch of these clusters. Ouchie. That hurted. Alright, Tron, don't perish. Oh, he's throwing a lot of them out here, and I don't have Reflect to knock them back at him. Oh my gosh, he's so fast! And I'm so weak! Alright. He still is not yet on his second phase. I deal so little damage. Normally you only need like a single freeze, maybe two, to get him to his second stage, but I am just a mere 15-year-old boy who is capable of defeating the infamous Shan Yu. I cannot handle computers. Uh-oh. I saw that coming, but my dumb brain just kept hitting the attack button instead of the dodge button. Well, I think this time around we're just going to start with Tron's Limit. Stop. Stop running away. That's not allowed.
Access approved.
Back off.
Now I have the weird data triangles, pyramids, diamonds to attack you with. And by the time I finally figured out the word I wanted to say, they were gone. As is life and arguments in all forms of combats. Oh lord, he got laser beams. Well, it's going significantly better than my first attempt, as he is already on his second phase. Such is the power of Tron and his limit. Uh-oh. Oh, but what's better than one limit?
Run!
Two limits! Oh, he's running away. He's scared. He understands. He knows the power of the Tron limit. Are you just gonna stay up there?
Access
The
approved.
answer to that is a yes.
It's over.
Alright, I just killed him. I just needed to hit the reprogram button. But I got 3 archipelago items, so we will see what those are in a second. Scout fly, scout fly, scout fly. I don't know what I expected. I should have expected it, but I did not. Ooh, a potion. Now, I did say we'd go over to Jack and Daxter, but before we do that, we're gonna go to Pride Lands. And there are 3 treasure chests that we can grab right away before any fights. We are now also a furry. Alright, nothing super useful for other games, but we will always take items. I can go beat things up instead of just running away from them blindly. This man is still laughing about all this fish. Dog.
Here, birdie, birdie. Here, birdie, birdie.
I can? Can you not? I am... Well, he listened. Thanks for the more. Ooh, space jump boots. Time for the ice level. Everyone knows you can't have a lava level without some form of an ice level.